Ba, 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 baby.
How many hairstyles did you have before you shaved it, Josh?
Not many at all. I'm
Yeah.
like, creature of habit. It was always just an even cut when I did have hair.
Mm.
And before that, I was rocking like these twists that I just never like actually turned into dreads. So,
Oh yeah, that was when you had the little Bo Peeps back in university.
Lil Bo Peeps.
Yeah, you had kind of, from what I recall, I remember seeing a picture of you, and I think I said you looked like your own evil twin, but you had like not ringlets, but like
Oh,
something,
yeah.
kind of long
Yeah,
down
yeah, yeah.
hair.
Yeah, like kind of like the twist. Yeah. That was a
Yeah, yeah,
twist.
yeah. That's what I was
Hmm.
calling them, little Bo Peeps. Yeah, little Red Riding Hoods. Yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, I miss
Yo,
it.
it was good, Christine. What made you decide to go from the because from like what made you decide to go full beard type thing?
Uh, It was actually like one of my homegirls was like talking to me. She's like, "Oh my god, I love a beard. Like you should grow your beard." I like, "What are you doing? Like you should grow a beard."
Mm.
Because I had like this weird, like you remember like the chin strap thing I used to fucking rock,
Yeah,
with
it
the
was like it
long
was
chin
you
hair.
had like the pharaoh, so it was like
Yeah,
strap, and then it was a little bit here.
yeah, yeah. No one
Yeah,
ever said anything about it either. I was just like, "Oh my god," I'm like, I look back on that shit and like, I don't know what I was doing with that one, but whatever.
yeah, that's kind of the crazy shit about fashion or like looks and things like that. You're not gonna get. It's hard to tell whether or not you're gonna get like how feedback is gonna happen because people, no one's gonna tell you this shit looks bad. So that's not entirely true. Some people will make passive aggressive comments or like weird half compliments, or people who think that they're familiar with you or who are familiar with you might like roast a little bit. But sometimes those are weird because it's like sometimes somebody saying that what you've got on is weird is like an indication that it's interesting, and that can go in the other direction. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Like if someone tells you like what you got on, or like your shit is like kind of weird, they mean it's interesting.
No,
Like
not
as
that
a
they mean it's
compliment?
interesting, but like, okay. So have you ever heard the phrase of like, if niggas aren't saying that your fits are gay, you really not dressing that well?
If niggas aren't saying your fits are gay, you're not dressing well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have,
nah, I have never
are you
heard
familiar
that.
with that phrase or that concept?
Hell nah. No, I mean I heard that if a gay dude doesn't compliment your fit, like then
Mm.
you're not dressing well. But I ain't never heard nobody say like, yo, nah, if you don't look gay, you ain't dressing right, my nigga.
No, 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 no. I didn't say look gay. I said niggas are. Say you changed it to a different
I mean,
phrase.
that's kind of what your fits don't
No,
look
it's not.
gay.
No, those are two different things. One is the subjective opinion of niggas that are not interested in fashion, and the other is an objective proclamation of like sexuality or whatever. The idea being that lame sort of like normie niggas, their view of like fashion is very truncated. So it's like if
Mm,
they're like, that's off, that's weird, this nigga's doing some da 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 type shit,
mm.
that means you're doing something interesting, pushing the envelope. Kind of like the conversation we were having around like college and well, I don't know that this is true, but the idea that college is seen by some as being like feminine or pussy or something like that.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm not.
In
Again,
the
I'm not saying
in
that it's
20
true. I'm saying it's an opinion that people have expressed.
I mean, but still the fact that some people even say that is insane. Like in 2025, going to college, going to university might be gay or feminine. Oh, that's some shit women do. It's crazy.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
will
I
say
mean, statistically, it's accurate though.
I will say that I understand the general concept that the phrasing that Eddie posited like evokes, because like when you think about people who are into say high fashion tends to be more experimental and tends to be more, I'd say, gender fluid. So men who
Mm.
are in a sphere where they are into high fashion and their looks tend to trend towards more of a quote unquote high fashion look, people are gonna say that they're gay. Like that's just what happens. Like think of like, and you don't even have to go. You can look at like even the fringes of what that means, because certainly like when 3000 was first like coming out as an experimental, people 100% doubted his sexuality. I'm thinking about even Thug at points, but even again at the fringe of that, like when Pharrell was just wearing like 5-inch seam shorts when people weren't doing that was also like called out or something like that. So I definitely get the backstory on why that's a thing.
Okay, well that ties that in for me then.
Yeah, thank you for filling in that context because I feel like sometimes I've said the end part and it don't make any fucking sense because I didn't say how I got there. So yeah, no, that's exactly the cultural context that phrase is coming from. So all of that was to say, I feel like if you're lame, boring, crusty, no one's really gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? If you look particularly nice, women will definitely make comments. And if you look interesting or weird, you'll get compliments from some guys and women as well. So it's all of that was just to say, yeah, if your facial hair looks weird, or you got a dumb haircut, that's not dumb enough to be interesting. No one's gonna let you know. So they're just gonna let you rock that dumb shit forever and just be like, oh, I guess he's just lame and weird. And that's kind of how it goes.
That's so interesting.
Would you agree with that? Like,
in a general sense, yeah. But like on a personal level, I feel like most of the guys I know, they're they're very like comfortable with who they are. So like, they'll give you a compliment, they'll big you up like, oh man, that shit tough. Like, oh, I like that jacket. You know what I'm saying?
But will they do the opposite?
Oh, tell you like straight up like, yo, this what you doing?
Because that's the shit I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely will.
No, that's true. Because low key, you be the nigga that you say a fit looks weird, and I'd be like, now I know that I'm cooking because Josh thinks it's a little bit weird. So that's the idea.
I mean, hey.
I think that's funny because I think Josh tends more toward a
experimental,
a high fashion like sentiment than like the average nigga.
You think? Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I would say he's more like
I would say like a lot of the stuff he wears is definitely like streetwear runway like stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
That's kind of like the look, like high end streetwear.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
Budget friendly high end streetwear. That's kind of
we had
my go-to. H&M, Forever 21. Put some shit together.
But it's very supreme. It's not like fucking Rick Owens type shit. It's which is a very different thing. You generally won't get, even if you go to the extremes of streetwear, people won't call it weird. It's a relative. I think you can go quite extreme within streetwear as long as you don't step outside of it without getting any social flack.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So I think that's still kind of in line. Full incel wear where it's like all the way on the just like you're so almost like you're so straight that like you would never wear something that a woman would find attractive is almost the energy that I pick up from some guys. And yeah, that's a different vibe. And yeah, Wisdom K is exactly who I was thinking about. I think he might have been the person who like introduced that concept.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Wisdom K dressed the fuck down, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Some of it, I'm like,
7 days a week.
I mean, he said some funny shit. Like he was wearing something that was like really avant-garde, and he was like, I look like a concept, and like that was just the perfect way to describe that outfit. It was just so out there and just like the year 3000 maybe.
The thing with him that I like is that his casual fits also look good, right? So like he has a very good understanding of just general silhouette and like fit for body type, like that kind of stuff. And again, like his casual, like I'm going to the grocery store stuff is like typically well tailored to his personal style. I think he gets fashion on as much as you can get fashion on a technical level, because it is very much subjective. But I think he gets fashion on a technical level like pretty well.
Yeah, his looks aren't for me, but I think. Like something similar to somebody like a FKA Twigs, where it's like, actually I'm actually more interested in some of the shit that she wears in terms of like I would borrow from that. But as an artist, I don't really listen to her music, but I like her approach to the craft of designing brand, designing visuals, designing the concept of an album and shit like that. And I feel the same thing for Wisdom, where I'm like, I don't like the fits, but I like how you got there, and I like your process and your philosophy.
You don't like Twigs' early shit?
Maybe I don't know it that well.
Like
honestly, but I don't
Melissa
really,
and earlier. Oh my god! Like I was
yeah.
I
Send
was
me
all
some
over
tracks
that shit.
because she's not on my radar like that. So yeah,
That shit was like the soundtrack to my like.
Which album is that?
2016.
So see, because 2016 I was
love-
on Mumble Rap like damn near exclusively.
all her early EPs, like I want to say like definitely the first 3, I think maybe the first 4, like are heat in my opinion.
All right,
Josh, is that seem like that seem
2016,
Josh, you seem like a
2017.
Twigs nigga.
Not really. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean, like I wouldn't have been surprised. I wouldn't have been shocked, but I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been aware of her, but I never like checked out her stuff. The only time I like really heard her music, or like, yeah, it was like with ASAP Rocky on that Kanye song. That came out a while ago.
What was it?
No, fuck, Twigs was on Long Live ASAP or some shit like that, one of them albums, and then she was on another song, that Kanye song, I feel free, nothing hurts anymore.
Oh, I put my hand on the stove.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that Cuddy? Was Cuddy on that?
I don't know.
That just sounded like
Maybe.
a Cuddy bar, so I don't.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, because you know that nigga was
probably
writing.
wrote it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, he definitely writing credit because that's But yeah, no,
But-
Cuddy is legend.
Credit.
But I think something like real interesting is like, do y'all have, or do we have like top 5 ways to up your handsome in this beautiful year of our Lord 2025?
That's a great fucking question. I'm on top. All right. Yeah, I would say skincare is a good first. Well, I guess it depends on where, you know what I'm saying, like where you're starting from.
Yeah.
Because like at the I don't want to put it hierarchically, but like on the spectrum, if you're trying to say it nice.
If I could just say it.
So like, okay, so like obviously like things that might be categorized as like early hygiene stuff of like keeping the nails trimmed, bathing regularly, a little bit of
Brushing your
manscaping,
Yeah.
brushing your teeth, flossing regularly, brushing your tongue.
100%.
Yeah, no plaque, no visible
behind the
plaque on your
ears.
teeth.
Yes, yeah. So that would be a category of things. So that's those 6 or 7 things that we first listed. Then I would say the next stage after that is things like better skincare. So exfoliating like all of your skin, like every time, not necessarily every time, but as many times as you can when you shower. Exfoliating your skin makes all your skin softer and like feels better for when a person touches it.
Chemically
Yeah.
or mechanically for the body, especially. I would recommend chemical exfoliation for the face exclusively.
Very good point. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I like the process. Well, yeah, I think I like the process of mechanical in general, but yeah, I know for the face.
I mean,
you're
I do
meant to
it.
go
I do
chemical.
it. Yeah. I have a scrub that has like dissolving jojoba in
Yeah,
it. But
Adzuki beans.
but the general consensus is like you should stray away from it, micro tears and all that stuff.
Mm. Then I would say, hair. So good haircut. Find one that suits your face. That'll depend on your face. There's lots of content on like how to do that. Depending on where you are, kind of age wise, to whatever extent you can, like managing of hair loss. Sometimes is a thing of is a thing that makes a difference. So dermarolling, finasteride, minoxidil are all good in that regard.
Be careful with that finasteride.
Mm.
Yeah, look, speak to your doctor, test it out, and see whether or not you have side effects. But those 3 are all clinically shown to have effects.
Yeah. Don't get
Cautionary tale right on the chat.
Yeah.
I couldn't fuck for 3 weeks.
It was about a month dead ass, man. Like the shit was crazy.
No, actually.
I was scared. I was like, do I need to like, see a specialist or some shit? But all's well that ends well.
That's a good question, Nigel D, about ashy. I would say that's that's at the border between tier 1 and tier 2. But I would say it's also probably one of the easier ones to remedy very quickly, because like you don't have to have like a really particularly nice moisturizer or body lotion or anything like that. Just get any kind of cheap thing, and if you just hit like elbows and knees, you pretty much done like 90% of the heavy lifting in terms of just making yourself a little bit prettier. So that, yeah, I would say that's an easy one.
That's the basic
definitely
side.
moisturize. Yeah.
Mhm.
If first tier is just like basic, like check box, absolutely. Because
Yeah, okay, then yeah, ashy.
Yeah, that's come on, baby. That's just get some lotion. But now, if you want to go to second tier, like if you want to bump it up a notch, get you a
Mm.
nice scented shea butter, or get you
Mm.
some non-scented shea butter, and then get like a cologne or something like that, and then put that in the shea butter,
You spit.
whip that bitch up.
I feel like cologne is tier 3, tier 4.
See, that was about to be my next point, my
Okay.
next thing, for being like overall like package handsome type shit. For one, lineups, unless
Yes.
you can do the Eddie Overgold thing, you know what I'm saying? Because like,
It depends
everybody
on your
can't do it.
style. Like all of
Yeah.
this is general, but yeah.
True that. But you know, if you're not somebody that can like really rock the natural hairline thing, make sure you got them lined up. You got a beard,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? Like line that bitch up. Colognes, scents, smell good. Pro tip, I actually just I'm about to up my cologne game and get like some I found a way to get signature like niche colognes, fragrances that
Okay.
just like smell really fucking good. Like that like, yo, when you walk by, like, oh shit, like oh my god, I think
Who is that? Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh damn, that smells really good. For you, because everyone's heard of Creed, Savage, or like Dior,
Yeah.
Tom Ford's, like them
Tom
those
Ford,
bottles,
yeah.
or Bond, those bottles be like 250 to 300 and up. It's a lot of money. But if you go to eBay, you can find them same colognes, them same fragrances for a fraction of the cost, around like $80. $80 is still a decent amount of money, but if you really want to just have something nice,
And they
like a
last.
staple,
Yeah.
exactly. You want to have something that lasts, go to eBay, of course, do your due diligence, your research on the seller. And yeah, go get it up from there. I just got 2 signature fragrances from eBay. I'm waiting for them to come in the mail now.
I would also put and I don't know what this is like. I would say to me cologne, like perfume scent, is like tier 4, just because it's like, to me it's in the same vein as fashion, which is that the answer is going to be very specific to you in terms of what you can pull off, and there's a learning curve, and doing it kind of wrong can hurt more than it helps. Like you can't really fuck up lotion, whereas I would say cologne and fashion, you can fuck it up and go like negative. Like if you've done too much, or a scent that doesn't quite work for you, it have the opposite effect. So I say that's a little bit more advanced in my view. I would say in tier 2, 3, gym, like gym / diet, like build more muscle, get more, whichever body, it depends on your body type, what you're trying to aim for, but hit the gym.
And
Easy
I was
one.
gonna say
Or the
that.
equivalent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because legitimately, you can dress much more basic if your body carries, even as a man.
100%.
Like
100%.
that's just a fact. And I'm saying it as a person whose weight fluctuates up and down pretty frequently, just based on desire and life shit all the time. I would say also figure out a way to dress for your body type, and you can do that cheaply. And I think that may be like tier 5 if we're sticking to it. But like figure out how to dress for body type. Because gym may take a long time, but you can dress well within your realm while you gym and figure out what works for you.
And I would say, because I'm an anti-gym person, I think Alvin, can you still hear us, or you okay? Yeah. I'm an anti-gym person, so if gym isn't for you, that's climb, play basketball, do calisthenics, do biking, swimming, any of those, anything that'll, one, help you with losing fat, if that's something that you want to do, and with gaining muscle and toning muscle. All of those will help. Jewelry is another one. If you like jewelry, I would say that's like tier 4. Ear piercings, nose piercings, you know what I'm saying? Rings, necklaces. Again, all of that is depending on whether or not that fits within your vibe. Don't be dishonest, which that's hard to know what the fuck I mean, but find what feels right to
Accessories.
you. Yeah. But some people don't. Some people that's just gonna not vibe with who they are. But like dangly, sparkly shit definitely helps with like male beauty shit, and women like it.
I have on what do you call it? I have on like something that people can like, oh, like what's that? It's like a conversation starter.
Oh
but
yes, yeah. You mean it's
accessories.
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Tattoos
I
are also a
mean,
great thing in that same vein.
true, true. I mean, hell, like honestly, watches, wrist beads are an easy
Mm,
way to like to up your outfit. Like I wear like outfits without a watch and without beads, and it doesn't have the same flair. But if I put a watch and the beads on with it, like I feel like I'm
mm,
doing something extra. Like, oh shit, I put more effort into this when
yes.
you're
And
not really doing the
as
same
you
thing.
get crazy with it, you could depending on how fucking gay you want to get with it, you can do all kinds of shit with it. Because that's just in the category of like accessories. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to add lipstick, fucking eyeliner, if you want to do slits in the eyebrows, if you want to do nail art, like what there's so many different. Once you get to clothing and then you tack on accessories, there's so much shit that you can do in terms of like experimenting with male beauty and etc.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my last thing, and I think it fits with my last one, but get a tailor. Just get a tailor. Like
Yeah,
you
that's a
will
good
you
one.
will feel
I
you
would
will
say
feel
that's
so
tier
much more.
6 just because it's expensive, but that's a
It's
good
really
one.
I,
not. You can go to the dry
you
No,
cleaner.
can
No,
exactly,
okay.
yeah. You can, yeah, your local dry cleaner probably has somebody that will like do all of your slacks for like $20. Like
hmm
I
legitimately.
stand
it's
corrected.
cheap.
Understood.
Yeah. So get a tailor. Um cheap stuff tailored is better than expensive stuff ill fitting. And you will feel
Mhm.
much more confident in what you're wearing if it's matched to your dimensions.
Mhm.
And appearing more confident is some I think people overplay that hand. Like a lot of people would be like, oh, confidence is was I don't know about all that, but it's nice garnish. It's a nice cherry on top to exude confidence, and you'll feel more confident if the stuff fits right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think also confidence is very like confidence helps because it does communicate to other people how they should treat you to some extent, but also confidence if it's very resilient to outside input is just a good way to have more positive interactions. Not that people like you more, but that you're just more willing to try and fail a lot more socially. So you're like, oh, I'm confident. So you talk to 10 women in a night where the unconfident guy who's maybe more attractive has talked to 2. And so now you've found someone to partner with because of that confidence. I think that's a big thing that changes that like confidence effect or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's everything beauty wise that I could think of. I mean, you can also, do I don't know if like jade rollers and shit like that really work, but that's the thing people talk about. I don't know.
What's a jade roller?
Um, it's like it's a piece of polished stone that you rub against the skin. The idea is that it like
Oh,
stimulates you've definitely seen them
yeah,
before.
yeah. I know what
And
you're
there's
talking
also like the guang I'm gonna say guangzhou. That's not what it's called, but it's something like that, and it's the same thing. So it's basically
So
like
like the
facial massaging.
stone, yeah.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking
you
about
know what
now.
I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bunch of things, a bunch of little things you can do. It's
Yeah.
just like really just like finding your own style and just putting the shit together. Come off like you actually like tried
Yeah,
in a sense, but you make it look effortless. You know what I mean?
yeah. Which easier said than done. All that is a journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like how do you start a successful business? It's like, well, shit, it's easy. Just make more money than you spend. All right, yep, cool. But it steps in between there.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. I feel like it's not that difficult because I don't want to make
you don't
it
think so?
seem. I mean,
Yeah,
because I've
but you
definitely
know
gone
you know
through.
what I'm saying.
No,
You Mr. Casanova. You know what I'm saying.
I've,
You was born that
I've
way,
gone.
so it's easy.
Nah, I've gone through. I've definitely gone through periods where I was like, I don't know what my style is. Like
Hmm.
I used to rock like my shit used to be like a short sleeve shirt with long sleeves underneath it. Like when I was in high school.
Oh, you was rocking that goddamn Scott Pilgrim type shit.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess like
nice.
the bat tees with the long sleeve shirt under it. Like I mean, because like
Got you.
style, like your shit like grows and evolves and changes like over the
He was a
years.
skater boy. See you later, boy. Yeah.
Hell, around the time when I met you, like I didn't have a whole bunch of money at all, and I was
No.
like, I don't really kind of know what the style is, but it's not as difficult as you might think it is, especially when you find ways to get clothes for affordable clothing that looks
Mm.
good. And again, like what Alvin was saying, like go to a tailor or get your stuff altered. Your dry cleaners, hell, you can go to Macy's. They'll do that shit for free, or they'll give you your
Mm.
measurements for free at least, so you'll know like where you're at. So I don't want to make it like, oh, it's so difficult because it's really not. Just try some shit. The
Okay.
thing is just kind of finding it where you can buy things that's more affordable if you're strapped for cash.
Yeah, I'd be overthinking. I think everything is hard. That's probably where I'm coming from. Yeah, but I'm on top. Let us know if you've answered your question sufficiently. But I think we'll hop out of this live stream. But yeah, I love that some specific tutorial type shit. So yeah, glad to have those, to continue to have those kind of convos.
Yeah. Shout out to Moana. Confidence is indeed key.
Okay.
Hey, shit. An 8
Wait,
is
I feel like
exceptional.
wait. I feel like that's a microaggression there, sir or ma'am, or no, sir, I guess. Because he said I'd be in Atlanta 8, but I don't know if I'd be hot in London. And I feel like you're saying something.
Nah, I don't know shit.
No, that seems like one of them James and
Very-
Fuhad type takes.
Yeah.
That's that's a microaggression.
Mhm.
Very limited exposure. But I imagine that somebody from London also has very limited Atlanta exposure. So we're both just going to be talking out of our ass. But I ain't see shit in London that was consistent fucking with an Atlanta 8. And I was happy. and I was extremely impressed
You
by
were
the
scouting.
selection in London at that.
Okay,
But I didn't see.
What did you think, Josh? Because I like this nigga Josh was like had a periscope the whole goddamn time we were out there. What's your take?
What you mean?
You was out there like you was in a submarine looking for Russian goddamn warheads and shit. You was like boop boop constantly
In terms of
looking and
fashion, or
scoping.
like just like women, or like
In terms of women, yeah.
I mean, shit, they got a couple of them out there, but it wasn't like, oh my god, London is crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like, except for them white women with them goddamn hips. All right, that's the only thing that
You
was
were
just like,
you
okay,
yeah
that's
you
crazy.
were
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with you, Josh.
that goddamn bottom, that midsection on them whites and whatever else. I was like, all right, these women be out here walking. This
Even
ain't
the
normal.
fashion, the fashion was
That's
behind,
cool.
man. Like you remember,
Yeah, I
like
don't
the
know,
segment
yeah.
where we had like panda dunk segments, and like we kept
Yeah.
counting the fucking panda dunks that we saw, and like
Yeah.
you didn't hear, and it's like faux pas, but you know,
yeah,
they
very
wasn't-
very whatever to me. I mean, to be fair, like we didn't go everywhere. You know what I mean? So
we are
only
talking
probably-
out of
we
our
only-
asses. Yeah,
Yeah, we only probably were in maybe 10 neighborhoods total, or like 10 suburbs or whatever.
And that's a fair bit to gain a glimpse of the culture. Because if you go to somewhere like Paris, Italy, where
Yeah.
like they really put that shit on and everybody got that shit on, I think that's a fair assessment.
or in the
'cause
reverse.
a lot of
If you
times,
go
like
to
if you go into like Japan or like Tokyo, for instance,
Oh,
it's areas where you will see what they really have, and those areas where you really won't see that much.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So it's like if there's a fashion area or like a cool kid area, and we didn't go there, like the most like cool area we went to was probably like Soho. Everywhere else was kind of like whatever kind of places.
I mean, I'm guessing that I'm on top isn't in like the high fashion end all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's like just. In
Oh no,
terms of
I was just talking about
comparison.
like what London had to offer.
Yeah.
Like maybe they had some
Okay.
shit that we didn't
But
see.
okay, and we really do got to get to the main. But
yeah.
I will say that I think that same thing is true of everybody. So like, if you're not from Atlanta, you're not going to be in. You know what I mean? You're not going to be in every neighborhood to experience everything. You're probably going to go and you're probably going to be by like Centennial or some shit, or you're going to be, or actually more than likely, you're probably not even going to be in Atlanta. You're probably going to be visiting your cousin that lives in Gwinnett County, and you're probably going to be saying that it's boring as fuck because all you see is the Coles and the Chili's. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. All right. No, I do not believe in God. Signing out. All right.